Nobody saw a moving truck. One morning, the house at 14 Calloway Drive was empty. The next morning, the lights were on, and a woman was standing at the kitchen window. Dana worked from home. She had a clear view of the house next door. She told herself she wasn't the kind of person who watched her neighbors. But the woman next door was always there. Morning, noon, night, standing at the window, sitting on the porch, moving through the upstairs rooms. Always home, always still. Dana introduced herself in October. The woman's name was Margaret. She was older, maybe 60, maybe older. The kind of face that seemed to exist slightly outside of time. She didn't take the cookies Dana brought. She said she'd been hoping they would meet. She smiled when she said it. The smile was the right shape, the right duration. But something behind it wasn't right. Dana started dreaming about the house. Always the same dream. Her office window. 14 Calloway dark. Margaret still visible. Watching Dana's house the way Dana watched hers. She woke every night at exactly 3 a.m. She got blackout curtains. She kept waking up. She researched the house. 6 owners in 12 years. Before that, one family for 40 years. She found the previous owner in a care facility. Eleanor Hargrove, 91 years old, sharp eyes. When Dana mentioned 14 Calloway, Eleanor's expression didn't change. That was more frightening than if it had. Dana asked if she knew anyone named Margaret. Eleanor said, "Don't let her learn your schedule. She watches until she knows when you're most alone. That's when she comes inside." Dana asked how to make her stop. Eleanor looked out the window. She said, "You can't." She said, "I moved here because it was the only place with enough people around at all times." She gripped the arms of her chair until her knuckles went white. She was staring at something in the corner of the room. Dana looked. The corner was empty. Dana drove home, telling herself Eleanor was confused. 91 years old, memory fractured by time. She pulled into her driveway at 4:17 p.m. Margaret was at the kitchen window, watching her arrive. That night, Dana told Paul everything. He said all the right things. He was asleep by 10. Dana lay awake staring at the ceiling. At 3 a.m., she woke. The blackout curtains were open. She hadn't opened them. 14 Calloway was dark. Margaret was not at the window. Then she heard it. Downstairs. The kitchen floor. The board near the refrigerator that creaked when you stepped on it just wrong. Once. Twice. Then silence. Paul checked the house. All doors locked. All windows closed. He found nothing. In the morning, Dana stood in the kitchen. She looked out the window. She was standing exactly where Margaret stood every day. She had a perfect view of her own office window. They moved out in January. 3rd floor apartment. Lots of neighbors. Thin walls. Paul didn't ask too many questions. By then, he had started waking up at 3 a.m. too. Dana works with her desk facing away from the window now. She sleeps with the lights on. She has not told Paul about the woman in the parking garage last Tuesday. Older, maybe 60, maybe older, standing between 2 cars, watching the elevator open, watching Dana walk out. The right smile, the correct duration. Dana walked past without making eye contact. She has not told Paul. She doesn't want him to know that leaving didn't work. She doesn't want him to know what she suspects, that Margaret was never interested in the house, that it was always about Dana. That whatever Margaret is, she is patient enough to wait 3 years for a house next door to come available. Patient enough to learn a schedule. Patient enough to follow. Dana keeps the lights on. She counts the people around her. She sleeps less every week, but she is still here. For now.